Hey guys, suddenly everything's changed and we're in a ton of Zoom calls, having conversations and meetings on screens with people we typically see face to face. And this definitely has a potential for awkward. So my experience has been about half the population is kind of good and natural at figuring out how to do these Zoom online virtual experiences. And the other half of the people are really awkward and just feel funny about it and not totally themselves. And so I've been thinking, what does authenticity, what does showing up in a genuine way look like on Zoom? Is it even possible? I would propose that it is, and there's some simple tools that can help make that a reality. So I'm going to just quickly share a couple things that I've found that you may also find helpful when you're doing online meetings. About 85% of my work is virtual on phone and on video, and so I've enjoyed getting to know how to do this in a more effective way. So here's a couple things you might find helpful, and you can share it with others if you do. Number one, here's the tip. What works in real life works on Zoom too. So be normal, be authentic. Think of you over a cup of coffee. If it works there, it works on Zoom. What often happens is as soon as we log into a call virtually, we flip into this weird mode where we start yelling, "Hey, are you all there? Can you hear me?" Or whispering and drawing back. And we just aren't our natural, actual selves. And so, number one, what works in real life works on Zoom. Try it. It's amazing. It'll surprise you. Number two, be present. It's way more difficult to be present when you're on a Zoom call than when you're in real life. Being present means no looking away. It means not texting. It means not, going off and walking off on someone when they're in the middle of a sentence. So it takes some effort and some intention to be present. Rude is rude. Just like natural works on Zoom, rude also works on Zoom. So we want to remember that when we're on our virtual experiences and talks to be present to people. They actually have set aside the time to be with us. Third, make eye contact. That is hard. That takes some self-discipline. Right now, I'm looking into the camera of my iPhone trying to make eye contact with you. If I look at myself, it changes it just a tad. You may say, well, that seems put on and inauthentic, but I think it's about putting other people first. They want to feel connected with. So do you want to be comfortable staring at yourself, or do you want other people to feel comfortable because you're actually looking at them? So look at the little green dot, look at the camera, figure out where the camera is on your device, and try your best to discipline yourself to look there, because people will feel like you're actually present with them. So make eye contact. And you might find it helpful to choose speaker view in Zoom because it brings the person talking into the fore and puts the others off to the side instead of gallery view. So that might make it a little bit more personal and a little bit easier to feel like you're actually having an actual real face-to-face conversation. Number four, don't over-script. Don't over-plan, and don't come into Zoom calls too ambitious. We don't need to be that planned out. Have one, two, or three primary objectives, things you hope emerge from the call, but when we're over-scripted and too ambitious for a virtual experience, we don't give room for natural, we don't give room for unexpected to emerge, and so keep that in mind. And it's important in a large call to answer the two questions. One is, what is expected of me? If there's more than 5 of us, I need to know whether I am supposed to talk, not supposed to talk, so be clear. And also, it's okay that not everyone shares on those larger calls, but make that clear up front, or everyone's like, should I go, should I not go? That would help it be a little bit more authentic and natural. And number 5, the final tip, and I love this one, you can create emotional space, listening space, pastoral, grace-filled space for people in these formats. You can slow down, tune in, listen, and draw people out. Just the other day, I was in one of these, and it was a phenomenal time of just loving one another and listening to one another. Let's not race to see who's going to talk next. Let's wait and see what comes out of others, especially in a time as emotionally charged as the one we're in right now. So I invite you, as a tip for authenticity while using Zoom in these virtual conversations, each of these ones we go into, to create some space for what wasn't planned and slow it down and listen and draw people out. You can actually do some pretty powerful love and listening and ministry over a screen. But you got to try it to believe it, experience it to believe it. And so it is possible. So hope this is helpful. And yeah, if it is, share it. Boom shakalaka. Peace in your journey toward being authentic in your Zoom conversations. Peace.